Krásny dobrý deň, moje meno je Roman, som z agentúry Scandi a formou týchto videí sa snažíme dostať k rodičom, k študentom informáciu o možnostiach štúdia v zahraničí. A dnes mám tú česť a predstavím vám novú školu, ktorá sa volá Footbal Business Academy, ktorá sa už podľa svojho názvu špecializuje na vzdelanie v rámci futbalového manažmentu. Čiže všetci, čo máte rádi futbal a chcete mať úspešnú kariéru vo futbalovej branži, toto je možno šanca získať informácie. But we will conduct this in English because my guest, Dorian Esterer, he doesn't speak any Slovak or Czech. So it will be easier for us, Dorian, to speak in English.
Thank you, Roman. Thank you very much indeed. Unfortunately, I don't speak Slovakian. Maybe I will learn in the future. But meanwhile, it's a pleasure to be with you today. And thank you for having me and discussing about the Football Business Academy, what we propose and what we offer to our students.
Yeah, and you are one of the main persons in the Football Business Academy. What's your profession? What's your
Yes, so I'm the Chief Executive Officer, and I'm also the co-founder of the Football Business Academy. It's something we created approximately 8 years ago. It was the time, I don't know if you remember, there was the FIFA gate. We felt that the industry needed some change. And it's very difficult to educate the current people that are in charge, but you can always educate the new generation. So that's how we launched the Football Business Academy, which is a professional master in football business. And so I'm running the program. We are a team of approximately 15 now, and I'm running it.
Okay, so if I can ask how it comes, it's an idea. I would like to do things differently, or how comes that someone founds educational institution? It's not very usual thing to do.
Yes. So as I said before, first of all, there was the FIFA gate. So we needed, like again, education is the most powerful tool to change things at the top. So that was the first thing. There was a lot of issues as well in the football industry. I come from a city, Geneva. We have a team called Svet. And I think we have the world record because in 10 years, we have been bankrupt 3 times due to bad management.
All right.
And obviously for students, there was a lot of students that wanted to get into the football industry, to work there, but there was not a clear path, a clear program for them. So if you combine everything together, that was when we decided to create the Football Business Academy. And a lot of of us that are working now on the FBA were already working in the football industry. So we had a lot of contacts within the industry, which helped us a lot, but I think we'll get there, but for the guaranteed internship and all the partnerships that we have within the football industry.
Dorian, football industry is huge, right? It's $1 billion industry. And as you mentioned, many people would like to get in, but maybe don't know how because they lack of education and most importantly, the lack of contacts or networks. How could one get into Servette Geneva or Paris Saint-Germain without knowing anyone? So you write the email or you call there, I want to go there for internship or what? And there is many study programs. You can study international business, you can study marketing management. What are the key areas of education you offer to students to enable to get into, for example, Paris Saint-Germain?
Yeah. So first of all, it's very complicated to get into the football industry if you don't have any experience, any contacts, any knowledge within it. I just give you an example, but tomorrow, if you want to apply for a job at Manchester United, you have to know that you will compete with 3,000 CVs that will be sent as well for this position. That's an official number and an average of CVs they receive per job opening. So it's a very, obviously everybody loves football. As you say, it's a huge industry, $25 billion US and always growing. 2 billion people were watching the final of the World Cup. And so obviously it's a very demanded, everybody wants to work there, mix their passion with their job. So it's very complicated. And what we've created is a path, basically a bridge, for people who want to get into it, where through three key pillars, what we call the knowledge, the experience, okay, we offer guaranteed internship, and the network. So during the year, the students will increase a lot their network within the industry, and they have access to many jobs within the industry. It can be in sponsorship, in marketing, in legal, in finance, in HR, data analytics, scouting. So it's see it as a business school for football. It's exactly the same as a business school, but very oriented football, with business cases in football, professors that are working in the football industry, and different partners that are all from the industry.
So you mentioned professors, so you have your regular staff, and you have also, I presume, hosting guests who
Exactly.
To students. From which clubs they are? Or...
Yeah, so we have, for example, one that was the head of sponsorship for Real Madrid, and he gives not only one guest lecture, he gives 20 hours of course during the whole journey. We have from Olympique de Marseille, we have people from UEFA, former UEFA. So all the professors are people that have succeeded in the industry. This is something very particular with our school. We are a professional master in football business. So we didn't want to have professors that had, let's say, huge academic backgrounds, but nothing on the field. It was more important for us that they had a good track record in the football industry. And that's why, for us, we are very proud to work with them rather than academics.
I can see this in Slovakia or Czech Republic, where I'm going for school visits. We have education still focused on memorizing facts from professors who are there for past 25 years. So they know theoretically a lot, but reality is changing so fast that maybe information they received 5-10 years ago, they are obsolete.
Definitely. For example, I always say this example, but for example, we have a course on macro trends and strategy for the football industry. It's given by the actual strategy director of Olympique de Marseille. It's not like you're gonna learn all, like the theory that are around strategy and how, with how to implement the strategy, etc. Of course, you're gonna touch it a bit, but he will give his own experience within the club, within his time at FIFA as well, to make you understand, the reality of strategy within the football ecosystem, and not as academic standards, I would say.
Okay. You have mentioned you have master in football management. What kind of education should someone already have? I believe some bachelor, but in what field? Or do they have to have any bachelor before?
Yeah, so either they should have a bachelor degree. It can be in any field related, I would say, to business, but it can be marketing, communication, sports administration, so all those vast area, of bachelor of business, or they should have at least 3 years of experience in a job experience. It can even be as a salesperson. So that we accept as well. And they need to have a very good level of English. That's important for us, because all courses are in English. They will do their internship in English. So it's very important. And I would say the last part is that they should be very obviously passionate about the football industry. It's something we check as well.
Dorian, I think so. It's perfect fit for me, right?
Come whenever you want. You are more than welcome.
What's the age ratio of students you are receiving applications from? It's like 18, 20 years, or are they even older?
It's quite interesting, because now we will start our 12th edition, and in each edition the average age is always 28. Now we have students that come from 2021, and I think the record that we have was 61 years old. It was the chief marketing officer of Philip Morris, and he didn't want to take to get retired, So he decided to join the program because there is a lot of students that are as well career switchers. So they might be 30, 35, and they say, okay, I'm working in finance, but it's not what I see myself doing for the next 30 years. So I would like to restart, a career in football.
Dorian, let's speak a bit about ordinary day at school, how it works. I don't know. You have classes during the morning, and then you have maybe some group work.
So before we get into this, it's important to see how the program is divided. All right. So we have 4 modules. The 2 first modules are online. Okay. The students are from all around the world. We have more than 30 nationalities per edition. And they connect between 1 p.m., I would say, and 6 p.m. CET. Okay. And they have different live sessions with professors that are also all around the world during those 6 months. During those 6 months, they have as well what we call the networking week. So they all gather together in a city where there is a football business event. And so during 1 week, they will meet all the people from the football industry, the football legends, and start, like building their network, which is very important. So now once they finish those 6 months, they get into the guaranteed internship. So we find for the students an internship depending on their needs. Okay. We discuss with them over the past 6 months, and we discuss about what type of internship they want to do, which type of company, which continent, which countries, which field. And so thanks to our partnerships with 75 partners in football, we try to create a match, a bit like Tinder, and they do their internship there. So it works pretty well, and they go for 3 months internship. And then finally, they have their 2 last months on site in Lisbon, in a very beautiful campus of Nova, next 100 meters to the sea. And basically there they have on-site courses. So professors come directly in Lisbon. They give them lectures for 3-4 days. They have a group work, which is what we call the student business project, where they work during 2 months in group for a consulting project for one of our partners. And they have field trips all around Europe. So we bring them to FIFA, UEFA, to see football clubs. So they also have like lectures from the people working in FIFA, UEFA, and all the football clubs. So that's a bit how the program looks like.
All right. Well orientated on practical usage of information you receive. And as I understand, in this football industry, it's very important to have correct or right network of people.
Yes.
It's more like it's more important than what you know, maybe.
Exactly. I always say first, the most important is the network. The second one is the experience, and the third is the knowledge.
So it's opposite.
It's opposite to because again, me as the CEO, my main KPI is employability once the student graduates. Okay, so today we have 91% of our students who find a job in the sports industry after 3 months, 86 in football. And so for me, I am interested about them getting, if you pay such an amount of money, it's more to get a job at the end rather than learn theoretical concept. So be realist and very, very realistic. Network is the most important aspect.
And especially what you say, you don't find only some job, but you will find a job in the field which you've been studying. In your case, it's a football industry.
Exactly, which is very important. And basically as well, now all of our partners, they trust us when they hire one of our students. So the good thing is that we already select the students during the, like the selection before the course starts. So we make sure that the students have a good level, and that basically they just need a lot of contacts, obviously some knowledge, and some experience to get ready to work in the football industry.
Dorian, concept of an internship is not well known in Slovakia because usually or in Czech Republic you just go to school to see the lessons. In some countries like Scandinavia, you have mandatory internships. So if you can explain to our viewers or students or parents what is internship and what kind of job your students are doing at particular clubs?
Yeah, so as I said, experience is a very key concept in the football industry and in any industry. You need to have experience to to get ready for your first job. So what we do is we offer a guaranteed internship. So, and as I said before, we'll try to match what the students want to do, where he wants to do his internship. So it's a 3 month period where the students will work for a company. So, and it can be a football club, federation. So we had internship at Bayern Munich, at Paris Saint-Germain, at Olympique Lyonnais, at Benfica, at Galatasaray, you name it. Like really a lot of different companies in the MLS as well. So in the United States or in South America, in Asia, in Africa. So we have a really global network for that. So basically, if the students, let's take a student who wants to do his career in marketing, right? And he wants to work in a football club, then we will arrive with 3 different possibilities of company where he could do his internship in marketing in a football club. And so during 3 months, he would be working for the company. He would sign a contract with the company, and for 3 months he has the ability to prove and to learn from the company he's working for. So that's just to prepare him and to make him sure. And it's very good for the CV as well, because it shows that you have already an experience in the field before actually finishing your studies.
All right. Sounds all interesting. I believe it is. Dorian, my last question is, what kind of particular quality should students have if they not only to love the football, but they should be good in sales, they should be good in persuasion, they should be good in public speaking?
So for me, I would say that there is always like key qualities, but the first one is they should always be proactive. That's a very, very key element, especially in the football industry. If you wait that everything comes to you, it's not going to work. You need to be very proactive, to try your best to find different solutions when there is a problem. You need to be very good at selling yourself, as you said. Remember what I said about 3,000 CVs at Manchester United? If you have the chance to have an interview, you need to know how to sell yourself. So this is a very key element. But it depends as well of the field. I mean, if you're an accountant or you want to work as an accountant, it's not, obviously it will be important to sell yourself, but you will need to be very good at your job and have organizational skill, for example. For me, it's really the proactivity that where we see our students standing out. And today, for example, our top employer, UEFA, it's our number 1 employer, and FIFA number 2. I think they really like the fact that our students are they know what they want to do, and they work hard to get there.
One more question, because now you have mentioned, and I was thinking, you mentioned big names. It's not just some C clubs like local football clubs, but you cooperate with FIFA, with UEFA, Bayern Munich, Manchester United, Olympique Lyon, Marseille, big brands. How difficult for you or for your organization is to get into cooperation and convince FIFA to work with you and to receive students from you?
So it's a long work. First of all, it's been 7 years that we're working on that. At the beginning, it wasn't that easy. We had contact in the football industry, but the first partnership that we created took time to actually, because obviously it's a new concept. When we have partnerships with clubs, with big names, etc., normally we can use their logo, but normally you have to pay them. And in our case, we don't pay. It's an exchange of services. So for them, it was really weird to say, okay, we're gonna do a partnership. They're gonna use our brand, etc., but they're not gonna pay us anything. But but there was some clubs that directly understood the concept. I can name Olympique Lyonnais, Galatasaray, Benfica were the 3 first one. Now, again, we have so many clubs in Spain, in Lisbon, in the United States, in Glasgow Rangers, like you name it, like really that are joining this movement of educating, the next generation. They understand that you know, like we're gonna all have like a better football if we all work together, and that's our motto. Let's build the future of football together. So now, ultimately, it started like this. Now it's the quality of our students. Basically, we don't have a direct partnership with UEFA and FIFA, but they are the ones that hire the most of the companies that hire the most our students, because they see the level of training they have once they graduate. And this is something because, you know, as we are not linked with any direct university, we are very free to adapt our curriculum all the time with the new trends. So that is something the industry loves. And the industry loves, you know, to see always, you know, new courses inside that tackle the reality or the future of the industry. And so they love our students, basically, how our students are trained.
Dorian, it's a good story, and I wish you all the best in future with your activities. You have mentioned something very important at the end, that if your school is accredited or if you have some stamp from government that this is education we offer, you have real accreditation from the field or industry you work with, and this accreditation is actually successful employment of your alumni.
Yeah, I mean, what do you want as a student? Do you want a stamp that will say, okay, your program is accredited, but it doesn't give you any more chance to get a job at the end? So basically, it's just like a decoration. I don't want to be that harsh, but or do you want to have like the industry that is actually like recognizing this degree, and that's how we got the 91% of students working in industry 3 months after they graduate, because again, we are more flexible than traditional universities.
I think so. Another 5 more minutes with you, and I will send you application from my side. Dorian, it was very healthy conversation. Thank you very much for being.
Thank you, Roman. It was a very real pleasure to be with you today, and thank you very much for having me.
I will try to hook you up with SK Slovan Bratislava.
With pleasure.
Maybe with some big teams in Czech Republic, and hopefully to send you first applications in next month or next season.
We hope so.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Dorian. My today's guest was Dorian Esterer from Footbal Business Academy. It was my pleasure.
Thank you very much, Roman.